But let's see your video. There you are. Okay, let's start. You can hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so remember a few days back we did public speaking. We're back on the speaking schedule again. So do you remember why we do public speaking?
Yes, to communicate our thoughts properly, to pass knowledge, uh, to pursue things what we want to do by people surrounding us. In offices, we need to do certain assignments. Certain assignments our colleagues should do proper way. So we should clear in our thoughts, and our public speaking skill must be proper, by which uh, the the people can understand us better.
To understand us better is because when we do public speaking here with me, you're going to improve your fluency level, you're going to improve your pronunciation. Then these things will be very helpful in any public speaking situation. So today we will focus more on pronunciation and any tips which I give you, like mistakes you're carrying out, which you must avoid. Then you will have to avoid those mistakes. No doubt about that. To begin with, we have a lot of topics we can talk about, but today I want you to describe your studies or something like that. Describe your studies.
Studies
Yes.
right now, in past, because right now I'm studying English and coding, and I'm doing job. So what type of study, or my engineering
Should describe
study?
all the studies. Like in schooling, I went here. Then in high school, I went there, etc., etc. Or I went in the same school, whatever. After high school, I chose these studies. I did this. I did this. And today, currently, I'm doing this, taking English training to improve my English language skills, like that, as much in detail as you can. Because this is an art of public speaking, and ability to be able to tell about yourself is also judgmental there. So let's do it again. Describe your studies.
I did my high school studies from military school, and I did that in vernacular medium, Marathi medium. After my 10th, I scored first class, and with 80 above marks, 80 above percentage. Then I choose. Then I chose science stream. After 10th, I suddenly uh, from vernacular medium, my language is changed from vernacular medium to English medium. And at uh, when I was in 11th and 12th, I faced so much anxiety about English, and I in 12th I score little less mark as compared to my 10th, because uh, language barriers I face in 11, 12. After that, but I score good in CET, so I got uh, good college in engineering. So I got admission in engineering college in mechanical field in Navi Mumbai. After that, I choose mechanical engineering as my uh, focus study, as my course in graduation. I completed my engineering in 4 years. I never got dropped, but that's also in English. But I have managed to uh, pass my all exams, and I rigorously studied when I was in engineering college, and I I got uh, good marks after my in engineering, and I completed that within a time frame. That's about my. After that, I uh, joined Sear Tires as a trainee engineer. After completing my training there, I choose to shift my field from mechanical to computer. So that after that I studied post graduation, a diploma in advanced computing. In that I studied so many programming languages, just like C++, Java, .NET, and other scripting languages I studied there. After my completing post graduation, there I got placement in Kotak, and after that, my career from mechanical to computer starts. Mechanical to software developer starts in 2017. As soon as I completed my post graduation studies, and now I am uh, making bread and butter from uh, computer knowledge I got from my previous institute. That's all about my studies.
Fine.
Hello,
And yeah,
hello, sir. I'm not audible. You're not audible, sir.
I'm not audible. Okay,
Yeah.
that's funny because I think I'm totally audible.
Now you're audible.
Now I'm audible. Something
Yes,
must have
yes.
happened there. I don't know. Okay, so that was pretty good, but we need fluency there. The pronunciations of your words are quite good. I did not get any words that were going too wrong that we should focus on. So I thought we would look into fluency. You still have those little hesitations or lack of practice kind of thing, whereby you're producing a lot of and some like thinking time to what to say. And so if you think and speak the same kind of describe your studies topics again and again, you will become so familiar with the words, you'll be able to just start an introduction at any point. Okay, describe yourself, your studies, your work, your family, your hometown, and your home, and your daily routine. These are kind of startup questions in any situation, even in public speaking areas. So
Right.
you want to keep these kind of starting questions ever ready. Like anybody can say, "Give me your introduction." You should be able to shoot out a lengthy introduction without hesitation. Thing is, without
Right.
the without the pauses that you're taking to produce the next line, as much as pauseless as possible. So it's
Right.
pretty good. Anyways, let's go and
So,
see. Yeah.
sir,
As
do we have those topic uh, list of those topic? If you can you share with me those describe yourself, daily routine, explain studies, and
okay,
so
yeah,
on.
I can tell you just now. You can write it down. Just write yourself. Describe yourself is a very important one. Anybody says describe yourself. The wordings can change. Describe yourself. Tell me about yourself. And but you know that's what they're asking for. You just start talking about that. So write yourself and then family.
Yes.
Describe your family. Then hometown. Hometown is very popular. Where you're born, where you're living, or where you're currently residing. Anything you can start talking about it. Home is another topic. What your home consists of, how many rooms, washrooms, every detail as much as you can produce.
Right.
And your daily routine, what you do from the time you get up to the time you go to the bed until that time, whatever you can summarize it in the best of the language. So
Yes.
these topics are ever ready, that's kind of good. Other than that, they can also say, tell you, give us your introduction. Introduction, you can mix some of them, like you can mix, describe yourself, a little bit, one line from your family, and something to do with your studies. Another popular topic is describe your work or studies. Work or studies goes hand in hand because some people are working while some are only students. If you're only a student, you would say I do not work, and then you start telling everything about your studies. Okay, so prepare these thoroughly. Like how you're gonna prepare, you can actually write them down and cram them, and speak in front of them in front of me whenever I ask you. That
Yes.
way we can correct and rectify it in any way. You can also check it in front of the mirror yourself. Right now, we're going to do more of those types of topics. So, remember last time I asked you to describe your philosophy of life and you gave me a pretty good answer. We're going to continue with that one only. Can you tell me what you think of life?
Okay, so life is a journey, and we in life we meet so many people in life, and make sure that uh, nobody got scared of you in that journey. So I think that uh, if you want to travel from point A to, life is just like traveling from point A to point B, and in those point A to B you need to create your own imaginary letters, and you should happy with those stop points every time, and make make a make in those points you should stop, relax, and again you have to create another imaginary letter, and you try to achieve those, because life is full of short goals, and you have to set short goals and you try to complete those goals, because if you lost somewhere, then you lost, and then you deeper and deeper and deeper, and then you will hit with depression, and that's scary thing. In life, if you don't want depression, then set uh, short goals and try to achieve those, and uh, because ultimate truth is death. So everybody is going to crematorium somewhere. So if you lose your uh, purpose of life, then you already hit that place. So never try to go in depression if you feel, if you done any mistake, or if you if if your mind uh, place, if you think about that mistake over and over again, then you are, because your body and mind and body is totally different things. Mind mind state mind let you go anywhere in past or future. If you go every time in your past and mistakes, your body don't know, and body behave like that, you are in that position only, and body secretes so much enzymes that create depressions and everything. So always train your mind to imagine positive things, and positive future, or what you want to become, uh, other than what you did mistakes. So if you behave like that, your body will behave like that, and you will get positive energy, and ultimately your journey of life will become smoother, and that's help you to travel on that path. Because if you are in pain, if in life, in journey of life you are in pain, then that pain is not only with you. The people, the family which the family in which you are living, they also gone through that pain also. So if you are in pain, then you are not only in that pain, and if you are in success, you are not only in that success. So people around you, those are also affected by your actions and by your behavior. So always take care of that things also, and try to joy as much as possible, because ultimate truth of life is point B, and no one uh, sir, sir, what is vocabulary for infinite life, Amar?
No one is mortal.
No one is mortal.
Sorry,
So
no one is immortal. No one is immortal.
Yeah, yeah, right, right. No one is immortal. So in life, try to try to try to always optimistic in life, and as much as happy, your journey must be happy, and try to neglect or try to avoid negative or depressive thoughts. So your life will become successful.
Two words of advice for you since you gave such a long and wonderful response that allows me to pick up two mistakes which I need to point out to you so you can focus them at some point. In one stanza, you did say this kind of phrase. You said, if you lost someone, or if you lost somewhere, either you said lost or you said loss. Both are wrong, anyways. If you lost somewhere, then you're lost. That's what you were saying. You remember that line?
Yes,
So, if you lost somewhere, is what you said. Can you fix that little phrase, that little part of the sentence? There's something wrong with it. Can you fix it right now? If you
if you
lost somewhere,
uh, if you
no. How
if you
about if I let you choose between two? If you lost somewhere or if you are lost somewhere, which one
if
is
you
right?
if you are lost somewhere.
Yeah, so the helping verb are is required. If you are lost somewhere, then you're lost. That's what you should have said. So you kind of missed the R there. You also missed an somewhere. I'm not going to be picky on that one. But the next one, definitely something I want you to take a look at in your grammar situations as soon as possible. Actually, everything you should take care of. But this one is sooner than the others. You said a line like mind uh, let you go. Remember that line? That little
Yes,
phrase? You said mind let you go. Whatever you're trying to say, there is something wrong in that little phrase, mind let you go. In just those four words, there is something wrong. Can you correct it? Mind let you go. What is wrong in it? Can you detect it?
mind.
You can think of the sentence you were saying.
Yes,
You can
yes, I'm collecting that sentence, but
mind
I'm,
let
I'm
you go.
hold,
I didn't write the whole sentence. I only
hmm,
wrote this much. Okay, I'll tell you what the problem is. You don't need the whole sentence. If you just read this phrase again and again in your mind, you should be able to detect what is wrong. Like sooner or later, you were able to detect if you are lost somewhere. That one is right one, but the other one not. Now, mind lets you go or mind let you go. Which one is mind?
and let you go.
Nope.
Hello.
Mind lets you go is the right one. So this is what I'm talking about. An S is required after the let. Mind lets you go. This is
Okay.
called action verbs in our grammar. Okay, this is an action verb. When some word needs an action in it, so you're going to write down action verbs because when you have free time or extra time, you look up action verbs and start learning in it on your own. Maybe one day we will also get it in grammar, but by that time you should be quite patched up with it because this is a mistake you make several times. You do not put the S in the right place, and somewhere where there is no S required, I think you said it that thing about you wanted to say that thing also, and you said that things also. So action verb is not required there. That thing also is fine. You put up an S there. So where S is not required, you're putting it. Where S is required, like in this situation, you did not put the S. So that's an action verb mistake. S also comes in the form of plural. Plural is a different thing. This is not a singular plural situation. This one is an action verb.
Right.
S in English does a lot of work for your information. It makes singulars plurals. You are well aware of that. It also makes words get into action. Let let's look at this line, mind let you go. Let simply means mind do you go. Mind kind of, it does not have, it does not have the s in it. In fact, we're doing this today in our grammar also, so you will see that when we do the third person grammar part, then you will see that the s, but that s is a little bit different. That is not really an action verb, that is just a requirement of grammar. So when you have time, you will check why we put S and why we don't put S. Other than singular plurals, we also put S for possessive nouns and other such things. Those are apostrophe S. No, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about straight S on some words like let, let's, go, goes, go. See, go is nothing. Go means go. When you say goes, there is action in it. He goes. So it's like he goes. Now there's action in it. But when you say go, it's not necessarily somebody's going. I can tell you go, but you're not going. You're still standing there. There's no action in it.
Right.
So it's just a word. When you put the es in it, that is becomes action. So that's called an action. In the same way, let, no real value. Let's, mind, let's you go. So that's what you should have said. You will focus on that later on. Fantastic. If you can focus on the action verb, I like it, but I will be starting that also in grammar today. So you will have a good time to look at that. Then you can start learning from there. Go will come with goes, do, and all these things will come. All right. So let me give you another topic. I want you to describe your free time activities. Okay. Or you describe your leisure activities, describe your free time activities, describe your extracurricular activities. All of these mean the same thing. You just start talking about the same.
In
Okay.
in free time, I like to read uh, blogs on various technology, various software technology. Uh, Before pandemic, I used to do that, but after pandemic and work from home started, I hardly, because whole uh, whole daily routine cycle is disturbed because of that this pandemic, and uh, I because I am not managed to uh, do certain things as previously I did, but again I get some time, and recently uh, I watched some stand-up comedian shows, stand-up comedy shows, and but I miss those technical stuffs. But after daily routine, daily work, after completing working hours, I usually go for uh, stand-up comedy shows and watch those and make some uh, make some laugh on that. Uh, Other than that, in free time, uh, I usually talk with my parents because both are retired. My dad is retired and mom is homemaker, so I usually talk with them in my free time and try to understand in what is going on in their in our home, or what is going on in our village, or what they are doing. So I usually exchange some words with them. Other than that, nowadays uh, nowadays I'm uh, preparing English, and so sometime uh, read some. I watch some YouTube channels about uh, various things, pronunciation or any grammatical thing which I didn't understand or I need to focus. So in free time, I do such a things.
Okay, that's nice. Again, I got the S1 detect, this time opposite. You said what's they are doing, and you really don't have to say what's. There is no such word there
Yes.
requirement. Just say what they are doing is fine. So you can see that you're putting S in some words where it is not there, and you're not putting it as just because your action verbs is not patched up. Another way to focus on it is like I told you, you are the first examiner. I am only the second examiner. When the mistake reaches me, it is a mistake. It is counted as a serious mistake and then given it to you. But if you correct it, like you're already listening to yourself and correcting so many lines, so you start paying attention where the S goes and where the S doesn't go. Your brain will start picking it up and you'll be okay sooner or later. Simultaneously, you can also focus on action verbs in free time, and as well as talk to me a lot and focus with me a lot and fix it up. Okay, so we are done with this. So tell me, what did you learn today, Self?
I learned so many things such as action verbs, how to use it, and what's in public speaking, what's where I am lagging, and what I need to do to become better public speaker,
Yeah.
and try to grab proper grammatical sentence.
So basically, I can't tell you the whole action verb here right now, but I gave you an example. So it's like you now know at least that to focus on action verbs. Maybe you will take some action on that action verbs. You need to take some action on that action verbs. Let's go to the next part, which is one of our favorites, grammar. We actually will get some real look at action verbs coming in here today as well. If I'm not wrong, yes, last time we were on present simple tense questions. We stopped there, right?
Right.
Well, we will continue from there. Let's look at what I have to do. We're doing more of this present tense, as we can say. Oh, I haven't shown you the screen, so let me just share my screen first. Okay, there we are. Can't even see anything. Right. More on this present tense, but this one is also very important. Last time we did is, am, are, and those kind of things. So today we're gonna focus on other things like do, go, have, and any other word like lie, like the, like any other word, how they go, why they have. I also focus on this little bit of action word type of situation is coming this way. So we are going to, I'm going to make a little bit of table for you first. Here, where is our table? There it is. And focus on the subject matter here, as usual, helping verb requirement and our object. So if we have to speak things like I, you, we, they, so forth as our starting subject in this situation, and we have to use one of these words which I already showed up on the screen. So let's say we take do. So see, that is how a simple sentence is done. I do uh, learn English, for example. I learn Spanish, it can be anything else. But when we speak some other words like he, she, or it, can we use do and make the same sentence? Try it right now and tell me.
He does.
He does would be the right one. perfectly right on that one. Sorry, he fingers got off here. He does learn or play football, anything you can say, which is reasonable. When we're doing he and she and it as a subject, some of these words are changing from do to does. In fact, a multiple of words, if I put it there, they will change. For example, I could put in there, let's have a look at it. I could put in there go. And what you will be surprised is down there in these three situations is goes. This is also an action verb kind of situation. This verb do and go, they're changing because they now have action. But the reason for this grammatical action is because we are dealing with a third person. So when we are dealing with a third person, it's required. How do you know it's a third person? Here, look at it. This is my way of remembering this situation. If I can move that mouse. In this situation, this he, she, and it is always a third person, singular person. Easy way to remember. When we're talking about a third person, singular person, we have to change the verb to an action verb and make it goes, do, does, go to goes, etc. Before we complete the line, the same objects will remain. All these objects are just the same. We don't need to rewrite them again. We can even look at other examples. For example, we just take the word like. I like, we can say to learn, you can change this to learning, sorry. This one should be learning. And this one should also be playing. I like learning English. I like playing football is fine. They like learning English and they like playing football is fine. But as soon as we put he, she, it, what do you think will come? Tell me.
Likes.
Likes will come. That's the action verb.
Okay,
When we
okay.
have a third person, singular, the third person is singular. Do you know what is a third person in grammar terms?
Yeah, the third
No?
person means. Yes, I know. I know.
Yeah, yes, you know. Okay, so third person is I am the first person. I is always the first person. You is always the second person. Then we have third person. But then there's third person plural like they. No, we're not talking about plural, only single third person, either an it or a she or a he. Then this rule will apply. Okay, so you're right. This will become likes playing football, likes learning English, etc. So that's what we're going to focus on. Let's go to our grammar books. Okay, first of all, if you want to take any screenshot there, you can take it. It's not very uh, interesting, but it's good for your home practice. Done?
Yes, done.
Okay, so let's look at it in our book here, wherever it is. Oops, there. Now, we're going to learn I, do, buy, go, etc. These kind of words in the present simple tense. Look at this picture and tell me what this person is doing by reading the lines here. You can see this picture. There's something
Yes,
going
right.
on there. This person is watching. So read me this line.
He is watching a reality show.
Do you believe that is a present simple tense?
Present
Yes?
simple. He is
Yes, it
watching.
is. He
Huh.
is watching. So it's a present simple tense, a reality show. Okay?
Yes.
And this is also a present simple tense. Now read it.
He watches reality shows.
Here we are just using watches instead of saying he is watching a reality show. We did this last time. So he watches reality shows and we still have
What?
the same line. The meaning of this,
Right.
these two are identical.
So,
One is
लेकिन
just,
so,
sorry.
hello, but he is watching a reality who is present continuous tense. I'm little confused. And
Yeah, so
continuous,
oh, this one is the present continuous tense because we have put ing form of the word. So this one is the present continuous tense. This one is just the present simple tense. He watches reality shows. That is the difference. They're both present tense. The first
okay,
one
okay,
is
okay.
present continuous tense as we did it last time, remember?
Yes,
He's
yes, yes, right.
watching a reality show. But now we're talking about he watches reality show.
The second
This,
one is generalized, no? Generalized.
yeah, it's generalized way. You're not telling exactly at this point it's continuing to happen. It's just
Okay,
you're
okay.
giving information that he watches reality shows. Whereas in the first one, which is present continuous tense, you are actually telling right now he's watching a reality show. That is the difference between the two. That's a
Right.
good thing that you picked it up. The difference is that that one is exactly pointing out right now he's watching a reality show. Whereas the other one is saying he watches reality shows. When he watches is not being mentioned.
Right.
It's not saying that he's watching right now. It's not saying that he watches on Saturdays, Sundays, or weekdays. Nothing is mentioned. He watches that. That's all it's being mentioned. That is the difference between the two of them. Otherwise, they are like brother and sister. They are both present tense. One being totally simple, the other being present continuous tense. Okay, so we look at this picture and you can see a woman or a girl looking at candies, etc. And then there's the line. So read me
She's
the
look.
first line.
She is looking at confectionaries.
At confectionaries. At
At
confectionaries. All kinds of
confectionaries.
biscuits, candies, and such bakery items, they are called confectionaries. Okay, all
Yes.
kinds of bakery items and candies are called confection. Same sentence they put in present simple tense over here. Can you read it?
She likes candies, chocolates, and caramels.
So you can see two things are being projected from this image. One is she's looking, look at her eyes, directly looking at confectionaries, confectionery. This is definitely the present continuous tense. And then she looks, oh, sorry, she likes candies, chocolates. This one is just informing, like this one. It's just informing. This one informs, this one informs, this one's telling you current situation exactly at the time what is happening.
Right.
That is the difference. Okay?
Right.
You must be perfect in both throughout your speakings and writings. This is where you have problem. In the S. All of these. Sometimes you say this one in place of this. Sometimes you say this one in place of this.
Right.
Not all the time. Sometimes. Many times you also get it right. So now your brain will have to stop and think whenever you are saying those S words, whether it is required or not, you'll be able to focus more on it. Clear?
Right. Clear.
Right. Let's go next and look at this present simple tense. Okay, we also have some spelling rules here when we have words which have S. You can see go gets ES, but by and like only get the S. These are our grammar rules. As I explained to you, it's not possible for us to speak goes without the E sound coming.
Right.
So that's why we also write it as goes, ES, goes. It becomes so long that the sound is automatically coming up. In the same way, does is kind of like another E is required. So you just follow grammar rules. You will be able to know this very easily. It's always you already know this one. I'm talking about other words. Also look at study. I is removed and IES is put. You know this one also. This is also a singular plural rule. Plus this is also our action verb rule. Plus this is also our, what do you call this one? Simple tense. Here we are just dealing with simple tense. Okay. So When we say he, she, it, studies will be required. He studies. We can never say he studies. She studies. We can never say she studies. It studies. We can never say it studies. Okay. In the same way, there are many other words over here. Can you read them? Read this for me.
Spelling rules.
Okay. What does it say here?
ES after S, SH.
Okay.
CHO and SS.
Yeah. What does this mean? What does this line mean?
When we need to use ES after S, SH, CH, or OSS. So pass, we need to use ES after double S. So that single S. And
Right. It's telling you the rules. If a word in the last has two S's, then you have to put ES after the word. Okay? Like this. That is the rule. If the word
yes,
has, look at this word. Which word is this? Read it.
wash.
Okay, what is the last part of it? Last two characters.
SH.
SH. This is the SH.
Yes.
Now what rule we have to put? We have to put ES,
Yes.
not S. We cannot put S, we have to put ES.
Yes.
Okay, it's the same singular plural rule, not a big deal. Okay, and look at this word. What's the word? Third word?
Studies. We
No,
need to
no, sorry. This one, this one.
catch.
What's the
CH.
last? Yeah, CH, which is here. So
Yes.
what do? We put
Catches. Yes after
we put
CH.
ES. We cannot put just S. We cannot put only S here. We have to put ES. This is the rule. The rule is mentioned up. Second rule is this one. When a word ends with IES, you see that IES,
Yes. Yes.
we will replace it. Sorry, we put IES only when we want to replace Y words. Whenever we get a Y word, we replace it with IES. Whenever we get these words, we replace it with ES, not just single S, but ES. And whenever we have Y, we put IES. This is the same singular plural rule. Okay, just a spelling rule. So, like for example, read this word.
Studies.
Look at this one
Flies.
and see what is happening. Instead of just putting S here, they're actually removing the Y. A rule stays, and so it becomes like that. So if any of the words are ending with any of these, then we just put YS. If the word Y, if the Y is already there, we just put S. If the Y is not there, we remove the Y, we remove the two letters and put the Y. Okay, and then the S. Clear?
Clear.
Okay. Now, what is the present tense used for? Can you tell?
It is used to show in the present.
Yeah. What kind of
Facts.
things? Facts. It's a fact when we said he likes to watch reality shows. Remember?
Right.
He watches
Right.
reality shows. So it's a fact. He watches reality shows. That's why we mentioned it. So it's an information. It's a factual information. The same thing for the next one. She likes confectionaries or she likes candies, chocolates, and things like that. It's a fact.
Right.
Okay. And another way to remember is that it shows this. What is this? Read it.
Law of nature. Laws of nature.
Laws of nature or universal truth. The
Yes.
present tense portrays universal. It portrays the laws of nature. That's why it's mentioned. Third one is
Routine activities and habits.
routine activities and habits. As you can see, the candy one was a habit, and watching the television was a routine activity. So our example up there was getting two of these very easily. In fact, of them. Think carefully. Now let's look at the facts first. Facts lines. Can you read this line?
Tina drinks plenty of water.
Now, it's not mentioned there. Tina drink plenty of water. So why do some of you guys speak Tina drink plenty of water? That is what I want to correct. You got it?
Yes.
And this, technically, you are aware of it, but you're not paying attention to it sometimes. So you end up speaking wrong. Tina drinks plenty of water is right. Why? Because the name is a third person, singular person. There are not two people here. There's only one person. And this person is not I, not you, is a third person. So it's a third person singular case, then we put drinks. We will
Yes.
put like, likes, do, does, go, goes, as I just told. Got it?
Yeah, got it.
Okay, read the next line.
Smartphones have a lot of features.
Now, this one is an interesting one, especially for you. This one is going to make you fix it. Fix your S problem. Smartphones have a lot of features or smartphones has a lot of features. Which one is right?
Smartphone, if there is if plural smartphone, then I think smartphone has a lot of features or smartphones have a lot of features.
Which one is right?
Hello.
Are you confused? A little bit? Yes? This is your problem. That's
Yes.
why I'm focusing on it. Let's change the line. Let's put there both words. One line, same words, okay? One line has smartphones, the other one has smartphone. And a lot of features remains the same. Tell me both sentences how they will be spoken.
Smartphone has a lot of feature. Smartphone has a lot of features.
See the
And second
difference?
one,
Hmm?
smartphones have a lot of features.
Yeah, now you know it was kind of on screen. This is very important. So you're going to focus on it. Sometimes when they're talking about the third thing, which is an it, they're talking plural. Like I said, the rule applies only to singular. This
Singulars.
it item is a plural. So
Right.
it will have, it won't have has.
Right.
Smartphones have a lot of features. Smartphone has a lot of features.
Right.
Now both lines are correct. This is your number one problem, my friend. Okay,
Yes.
I'm gonna focus on this. Then we go on to this line. Read it for me.
Indians celebrate many festivals.
Right. As you can see, Indian is definitely more than is not a third person singular because there are more than one person. So we just say celebrate. We don't say celebrates. This is where you guys go wrong. Sometimes when you're speaking, you say, "Oh, I've seen Indians celebrates many festivals." ऐसे बोल जाते. You kind of speak like that, which is really wrong. So
Right.
now
Right.
this lesson will force you to think about these things. Please, no matter how slowly you have to think slowly and speak so that you're correcting it yourself. If you correct yourself, I don't mark it wrong. If I correct it, I mark it wrong. So you have to make sure you're correcting it. Then when you become normal in the speech, you will know which one falls where just by practice. So do not have a bad habit of speaking. Just speaking aimlessly is a bad habit without thinking much. Okay, Indians celebrates many festivals. Oh, wait a minute. Think this is breaking the rules. This is not a third person singular. There are so many people in this. So it's like we and they. So what rule will be there? There will be no S. Now, change this line and make it Indian and speak the sentence.
Indian celebrates many festivals.
Uh, okay, for Indian, we will have to put an Indian or something like that. An Indian celebrates many festivals. Okay,
Right. Right.
or even the
Yes.
you can put the Indian celebrates many festivals. Now this is a third person and a single person we're talking about. We put the S. This is very important for you. You're not going to follow this. you're going to get stuck in this and make mistakes again and again. So you have to prevent those mistakes forcefully. Okay.
Right.
Now there's also the universal truth, which is a fact. It's also fact basically, but this is universal fact known in the universe. Some things are like this. Read me this fact.
The moon revolves around the earth.
You can see the moon, which is an it like item and is singular. We're going to put S, the moon revolves. Okay. If we had more than one moon, we would have said the moons revolve around the earth. But we don't have. We can say in the case of Jupiter or Saturn, that Jupiter, if you're talking about Jupiter, instead of Earth, we change it to Jupiter, the moons revolve around Jupiter. That is right, because it has many moons. Are you understanding the line? Yes?
Yes, yes.
At the same time, this is a universal truth. This is actually a fact. So present simple tense is also used to portray the truth only. What's the next line?
Water, water takes the shape of the container.
Yeah. Water can be considered as a one body, or it's actually a non-countable. So in this case, we say water takes the shape of the container by practice. Some of you end up saying water take the shape of the container. Now see, that one causes a problem. Okay, read the next line.
Light travels faster than sound.
Okay, same thing for light, and this is a fact. If it's a universal truth like this, then we'll use it. Right, routine activities. Let's talk about this. Read this
Our,
first line.
our company always audits cash vouchers every quarter.
Right. Remember, our company is only one company. Some students ask me this, sir, company, now this is our, and there's so many people in there. So what? But it's only one company. So it's third person singular. Our company always, yeah, and audits, yeah. Our company always audits cash vouchers every quarter. Is absolutely fine. It's another way of remembering, like I told you. Remember, third person singular, then you have to put the S. If it's not third person singular, you're not going to put the S, you are going to put it the regular words. Now read me one more line right down here.
Mr. and Miss Shetty usually go to yoga class.
Yeah, this is another one. Although it is Mrs., but there's only one person here. Okay. And
Yes.
she's not I, she's not you, she's third person. So Mr. is separate and Mrs. is separate. Mrs. Shetty, they're two different things. Usually go, not usually goes to yoga class. Okay, you'll get a copy of this so you know. And you can see now I comes, I never watch, not I never watches television. I never watch television. So you'll get the exercise for this.
Right.
Do this exercise. Like there are some pictures, you will be able to follow this picture. If you have a problem, I don't think you will have a problem.
Right.
So easy shortcut way is third person singular. Just remember that. Then you'll be fine with it. Okay, so you learned your S problem today? Yes?
Yes, yes, I learned my S problem.
Yeah, please focus on it. It's demanding,
Yes,
and it's one of the biggest mistake people over here in this subcontinent make. They must learn these things
right.
correctly. Now, let's go over time. Time is already done. Oh boy. So we can do a quick free flow talk. Remember, we did a free flow talk in
Yes,
which
yes,
we just talk like friends. Remember that?
yes.
So let's move on to do a free flow talk. We just talk about anything. You can ask me anything, or I can ask anything. We just continuous talk about it. So, did you like the S words and where the S will be put? Do you think you can handle it in the future by a little bit of practice? Aditya?
Yes, 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 sir. I'll do practice
Okay.
to handle.
So, how are you planning to take on this? Because definitely you do make some mistakes sometimes. that pointed out. So how are you planning? What's your plan in your mind right now? Do you have any plan or are you planning something?
Yes, I'm planning something. I am write it down 10 to 20 words of daily routine type, and I'll try to do mirror. Uh, I'll speak in front of mirror and try to figure out mistakes, or I'll try by video recording in my laptop. So
But
uh,
this is really not free flow talk. We're supposed to be talking like friends. So I will switch the topic to something else. So you do you play any sports sometimes or not?
I from last 1 year I haven't played any sport, but I usually play cricket.
Do you enjoy it?
Yes, I was enjoying playing cricket. Uh, what about you?
Oh, I definitely don't play cricket. In fact, I am not at all the kind of person who is into sports very much. In my school days, definitely, I played a lot of badminton and I really enjoyed it. But that was just for entertainment, for time pass, and an extracurricular activity, nothing more than that. So tell me, why so many people play cricket and like cricket and love cricket? What is it there in cricket?
Because in our country, in subcontinent, we usually we usually play such a sport that our seniors usually play. So if you are in that culture where people usually play tennis or badminton or chess, then you are, because each sport has fan base, or every sport give you happiness. So if you are started with any sort of sport, you will enjoy it after some time. So in where we live, our elder ones usually play crickets. So when we find happiness in cricket, so that's the main thing. If your elder one try to if they are playing hockey, if they were playing hockey, then you definitely will find happiness in hockey. But the the thing is that they usually play cricket, so we are finding happiness in cricket only. So that's the thing. We need to create environments, so many sports environment. If we create such thing, then only some other sports also people can enjoy. So I think that's the main issue, that we haven't exposed so many sports. We are exposing only cricket, so that's why that's the thing.
What about other activities like going to the mountains or visiting really remote places or different kind of places? Like, do you do that sometimes? Like that?
I usually uh, not visit, and I don't like to. Uh, I don't know why, but I don't visit places generally.
Okay, so you don't go to travel a lot, eh? You just stay in the local area.
Yeah, I usually stay in local area. Well, previously, if I got free time, then I play cricket, or sometimes I watch some documentaries and all. So I don't get time, or I feel that is boring to visit. But from now or from 2 3 weeks, I'll try to go natural places to see beauty in nature. I'll try. Because from so many days, I am in so much hesitancy, English, and very much. So I want some peace. So I'll try to go out, because uh, previously I never find pandemic. So because I'm usually met my friends and uh, do certain things with them, but uh, from last 1 year I'm staying at home, working from home, and that hit me hard. So I sometimes I feel loneliness, and So that's why I'll manage to go. I'll in coming weeks. I planning to go out and find such thing enjoyable. Previously, I don't think that that's things make me happy, but now I think that I'll try this thing also because uh, because
You
basic
definitely try. Okay, so we have come to the end of our session today.
right.
Hope you're learning continuously. Make sure you concentrate today on the aspects that is in our
Yes,
situation. And it's a very good opportunity to do it. If you get all your grammar exercises today right, you know you're learning something. So just
yes,
focus on it tougher. And every time you're speaking, focus on it. Anytime
yes,
you
sir.
forget, you ask, what was that
Yes,
third person rule? No. Okay, so I'll see you tomorrow then.
yes, sir.
Homework, etc. will be coming shortly. Okay,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
okay, you're welcome. Bye. See you.